Hello, everyone. How are we? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic Friday wherever you are around the world. Welcome back to another Liverpool news episode. I wish we could be talking about signing somebody. I really, really do, because then Twitter and other bits of social media would actually calm down a little bit. But I think obviously today's results.
Especially you as well, lad.
What do you mean? I've been calm. I've been calm. If anyone wants to wind up McKenna, just put French flags in the comment section down below. But how are we, chat?
Don't get me started on as mad as well. Speaking about over Kev. Right.
Well, we'll get on to Rabiot in a little bit. Of course, we're going to talk, of course, about the game that did take place today. Obviously, Liverpool did get beat by Preston in the first of Arnie Slot's pre-season games.
No, it's behind behind closed doors.
It's a pre-season friendly game. If you technically it's not, but it technically is at the same time. But look, people need to calm down about it. But we'll talk about it anyway. Of course, we're going to talk about Adrian Rabiot because those links are not going away after about 9 years of them happening every single summer. And again, they've happened now because now he's a free agent. And of course, we're going to talk about Trent. Obviously, Real Madrid, obviously monitoring. Obviously, everyone loves using that word in terms of journalism. But yes, it looks like Real Madrid are, of course, looking at Trent, because why wouldn't they be? Because he's the bloody best right back in the goddamn world. But Jack, obviously, like we talked about, Arnie Slot's first game, or behind the closed door, then game. Of course, we did lose, which again caused uproar on Twitter. Which again, I don't personally get why. Again, first game was more like a training session. Again, he's only spent 2 weeks with the squad. Again, looking at the highlights that Liverpool did release, a lot of encouraging things. I think in the first couple of highlights that we've seen. But what's your overall reaction to the uproar on social media?
Silly season is well and truly upon us, in all honesty. Connor, I know you've been on YouTube for a fair while as well, like myself. It comes with the territory in terms of just social media as a whole, really. I think in 2024, everything is very much massively overinflated in terms of reactions as well. Of course, obviously, we all know Liverpool's priority, hopefully this window, and should be for every Liverpool fan, will be the 6. I think we can bring in a solid, proper out-and-out number 6 that will come straight into the squad, then sound. That will be our main priority. But yeah, it's a behind the closed doors game, Mason. I think we can all agree, the sensible Liverpool fans out there, all of us, that we know where we stand. New manager coming in, new fresh impetus in terms of ideas, tactical play. And as me and Kev spoke about on my show tonight as well, and we're speaking to the chat, a lot of people were pinpointing what Hughes did say a couple of weeks ago. I think certain sections of our fan base have kind of forgot it already. He said July would be a very quiet part of the window for Liverpool, and then it would heat up in and around the August as well, added with the European Euros competition as well. So a lot of players would have been focused on their national side, so would have made deals very difficult at that stage. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. In terms of positivity, I think obviously I didn't watch the game like the majority of Liverpool fans, but judging from hopefully the inside trading video that probably might have been on release now, if you're watching it, go and check it out. But obviously the clips from LFC TV were interesting, mate. I was saying to you before we come on air, the amount of players that we were committing, even if it is young academy players. I think obviously we've seen Jurgen Klopp against Tottenham all those years ago in his first game. You could see instantly what Jurgen was trying to do, and I know it's only a 90-minute barometer really to gauge. You can't gauge too much of it behind closed doors, but I think in terms of positional play of certain a lot of those players on the highlights was we were committing men, getting players into the penalty area, fullbacks tucking in, getting in like high up the pitch, which is all well and good to see. But obviously from a defensive point of view, I'm excited to see us structurally going into the new season. In terms of the Premier League as well, how we will set up, but obviously only time will tell, mate. But yeah, it's I think all of us, the sensible ones out there, that will relax and see what happens. Yeah. Obviously, if it comes to a week before the new season and we haven't signed a proper six that will strengthen the side, then obviously we'll all be a bit more disgruntled and rightly so, but there's plenty of time to get sources.
Yeah, 100%. I think if you look at preseason by itself as a whole, I think even Jurgen Klopp, I think he had like a 30% win record in preseason games in whole, which again is pretty bad when you do look at it.
Oh, the year we won the league as well, Con, and just
we didn't win one.
I think we got battered in that preseason and we went on and won the league. But yeah, football is a very funny game anyway.
Yeah, no, of course. And like the main results will be again, the first game of the season against Ipswich. I don't care what happens from now until then. The more important thing, and I think even Slot said himself in a Liverpool interview, saying again, everyone went into the game fit. Everyone went out of the game fit as well, which is the main important thing as well. Of course, there's encouraging signs there. I think, as you said, I think seeing the different structure already, I think Slot said that, again, he saw plenty of things that what they've worked over the last 2 weeks. Again, he has already seen signs of it, forming and progressing well. That for me is the main aim. And look, we saw under Jurgen Klopp how the first month or the first 3 weeks of preseason was, again, mainly getting fitness up, and then the last 2 weeks before the season started, then you see the system, you see
players
forming.
Yeah, players leaving the club as well, Con, and just obviously Arnie's own words over the last couple of weeks have been, I'll analyze the squad. Hugh said Arnie would do exactly that, and that's what he's going to be doing. It's one thing analysing a team when you're outside of the football club, but obviously there's no better place now. He's the head coach. He's literally got his whistle wrapped around his finger. He's getting in, like he's going to be that. He's going to be a head coach. He's going to be getting involved in already. We're seeing him getting involved with the training sessions. So that's what I like to see, especially in the modern coaches now. As I said to Kevin on our show, sometimes certain players in the modern game are kind of too overcoached for my liking. I'd like to see a bit more like players just allowed to play their own game and just impact the game with a lot more big of a skill set, really. But it's the way the game has become, mate. But it's I'm excited, and the thing is, if Arne doesn't win the first couple of games, all of us we're still going to back him, get behind him anyway. It's not going to be plain sailing. I think any Liverpool fan out there that really thinks that it's going to be an instant success for Arne Slot. I know he's inherited a very good squad, but in terms of just adapting that tactical switch, there's going to be a bedding in period, really. So
yeah, no, 100% as well. Get your guys' thoughts in the comments as well. Big up Doug as well, saying hello to Jack and Connor. Hello Ricky. Pulled fraud. Are you talking about yourself, Rick?
He changed his name, or even I think that might be Yusuf.
Richard.
Yeah, Richard. It's like his ma created his YouTube account. Is right, Richard. Look.
Thank you, Doug, as well. Yeah, no, we reached it this morning, I think.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a great show, that, Connor. Well done, mate. And obviously, big plaudits to obviously James Pearce for taking the time out to come on your channel, mate. It just goes to show how much of a class fella he is. Obviously, he's very good at doing his job as well, but it takes a lot for like someone in his field to really take his time out and get involved and take some questions from you, mate. So fair play to Jay.
Yeah, no, 100%. And obviously there's I think probably next week as well, we might have another journal on. I think we're just working out times at the minute. So hopefully that'll also be sorted out next week, hopefully. Of course, I think they do actually go to America as well for the preseason.
They'll be very busy.
Yeah, exactly. Tell you all Bean and Jack as well. Big up Gary. Hope you're doing well, mate. Jackson FSG PR chat.
From it, lad. I wish I could do with a bit of FSG's money, lad.
No need to panic. Preseason, all about getting minutes in the legs. We need to just focus on the next game, which I think Betis on the 27th of July. We will get better and can only get better as well, says Doug. Yeah, 100%.
Just everyone, we should all pray that we don't get any injuries. The main thing is coming out of preseason, not getting injuries. I don't want to be going into another season, like I said tonight, Con, with the chat and obviously Kev as well. I want Ben Doak to flourish this season. I want to have him a whole season of watching Ben Doak in our side, really. And because obviously the last 2 seasons haven't panned out in terms of his development since we signed him, Celtic. But that's one of the main ones.
I think, as Guy said, that, one is concerned about the potential Nunes ban. I don't think Nunes is going to get club banned, personally.
That'd be an international ban. 100%.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it'll be a heavy fine for everyone involved, and I think it will be an international ban. I don't think it's going to go down to club level, but again, knowing FIFA or knowing whoever is in charge, we've seen these types of things before.
FSG would get all their lawyers in the land on that case, really, if that was the case, literally. We, Liverpool Football Club, are the employer of Nunes. Obviously, from an international standpoint, it would be obviously the Uruguayan federation that would deal from an international standpoint. So yeah, you will get an international ban, 100%. It won't be a good one.
I have Rick saying that's me. Yeah, that's true as well, Doug. And like other certain clubs, we will give slot time. Yes, Man United and Chelsea being the biggest, hints in them in particular as well. But I think though, just look. There's a lot of players as well also not going to the America tour as well. With I think it's Darwin, Maka. I think obviously all the ones that finished late at the Euros as well. They are not going to be back in time. That's already been confirmed by the club. Again, it is most likely going to be towards the back end of August, I would say, until Liverpool, and unless something again pops up where Liverpool have to, they have somebody in mind and they're going to go for it. I know you spoke earlier, Jack, about Lenny Euro. Again, I've already said my stuff on Euro. I don't see why everyone lost their minds over it personally. I think, look, he's a decent.
No one heard about him 12 months ago.
Yeah, but no, he's a decent prospect, but for 70 million euros and the contract stuff, no, I just don't think he's worth that.
I'm not buying this notion that Manchester United beat Real Madrid. Like, we've had Jude, we've had Tchouaméni, we've had other players that we've been linked with in the past. Real Madrid very, very rarely miss out on talent. And as I said to you before we come in here, certainly Manchester City would have expressed an interest as well on Euro. There's no way that Man United, and even though he's gone to United, but we all know why, because it's this pattern that has been happening since Fergie's left Manchester United, is the go for a player. Obviously, if they've missed out on Champions League football in previous seasons, then you whack on another. The fact that someone his age is getting 100, reported allegedly 150,000 is an absolute disgrace. But that is not just Man United, but in terms of the climate we do find ourselves with European football. There's no way.
I do think it as well. It's certainly if the whole reports are true that Lille apparently forced a move as well. I basically told him you either move to United or you're not going to play any football. Again, I think that needs to be investigated because I don't think any player should have that. Personally, I know that PSG tried to do it with Mbappe and forced that pile of crap probably a year ago.
It's just desperation, though, lads. Their club is desperate at the minute. They spent over money on Maguire. Varane was on big money as well when he come in. He didn't work out. Casemiro, 300, 400 grand a week when he come in. Big transfer as well. So it's the sod Man United. They might slightly improve, but I don't think they'll be competing anywhere close to even Arsenal or Manchester.
Well, I'm not scared. You look at City signings and you look at Arsenal signings, and you go, I can understand that. I can understand the reason why people are getting a bit frustrated over things. But again, I don't think Lenny Euro transitions Man United into champions, for example.
No.
And same with Ugarte. I like Ugarte and I'd love him at Liverpool. But I don't think Manuel Ugarte, similar to how we signed Alisson and Van Dijk, and they were the final pieces to the jigsaw. For United, there's so much more work needed there.
Yeah. Even their manager, sod United anyway, but their manager said it perfectly last season when the scripted Gary Neville's interview questions, he wasn't allowed to ask by all accounts. Obviously, Neville was like, "Oh yeah, sod United anyway." But in terms of Lenny Euro, lads, it's I think that was the Man United fans yawning anyway. They'll probably be doing that next season anyway, mate. But yeah, Lenny Euro, we went, well, there's a difference between articles linking people with players than actual Liverpool or Real Madrid's or the cities of this world actually full on going for a player. I'm telling you now, Real Madrid, City and Liverpool, if you're going in for that caliber of player for those three clubs, the majority of the time we get them as well. Because if we don't get them, we'll probably either lose them to City or Real Madrid. We're the three best teams in European football for the reason.
How many transfers have we had over the last 5 to 10 years that like could have happened if it wasn't for Real Madrid? Like there's so many of them as well. Anyway, but let us know your guys' comments and thoughts. Anyway, Callum, let me quickly go back up. Pressure? What pressure? What are you, Alan Shearer?
Go ahead, Callum. Man. How are we?
There you go, Cal. Seb can very well be our Saliba. Look at Arsenal did send him on loan for 3 to 4 years, like we did with Seb. Yeah, and again, look, to keep him around as fourth choice, I think I'd be happy with. But the problem is with that though as well. I would like to sign one more, like more of a hybrid centre half, because again, the way Slot likes to play it and the way Liverpool and the way football's gone as well, I'd like a left-sided centre half. But when you do look at Sepp van der Berg, again, last season in the Bundesliga had a very, very successful season with Mainz.
That's the whole point. We brought Arne Slot in, and we brought him in to be a head coach, and that was one of probably for me personally, and speaking for myself here, I wanted Jurgen Klopp to coach some of our players in his tenure a lot better. Because how many times we were banging our head against the wall going, what have we been doing in trading? Like, literally, we'd see something for like 5 weeks on the run and be like, are we doing something? What are we doing tactically? But I'm hoping going to the next couple of years with Arne, he gets those players. He develops like Sir Ryan Gravenberch, as I said tonight. He develops Curtis Jones, plays him in his best position as well, gets the best out of Gakpo, Nunes as well, and even Stef van der Berg. Me and Connor can speak for that, both of us here. And I'm not going to speak for you, chap, but we're not sitting here going, oh, yeah, let's keep Stef van der Berg and we're content. No, if Stef van der Berg fits Arne's vision for the next, and he does perform well, you never know. Football is a very funny old game. It could be Stef van der Berg might have been that centre-back that we've been looking for a very long time, if he fits the right system that Arne, but it could be a case in point. He has a good pre-season. We get an extra 5-10 million. Whatever happens. But as Connor said there, and we can all agree, the number 6 and hopefully another centre half. We certainly need another centre half, but it's probably one of those areas. If Joe Gomez is back off the back of last season, gets even better off, and he stays fit, then it's already going to strengthen Liverpool in a lot more areas. Like for me, DM and a centre back are my 2 big positions I'd like to see us strengthened properly, but I'm not going to lose any sleep if we don't get another centre half. Maybe 1-6 for me.
Yeah, if we do, we'll definitely lose sleep if we don't sign a DM this season. Anyway, but speaking of midfielders, then we'll move on from the game, and obviously speaking about pre-season, obviously Rabiot getting linked to the football club yet again, of course. Again, you guys can go and find out these rumors. Again, Liverpool supposedly have interest in Adrian Rabiot, and there has been contact with the player supposedly as well. And obviously, the same reports saying Liverpool are one of the clubs to have been in contact with Rabiot's agent. For me, I don't believe it. Again, we've been linked with Rabiot for the last 9 summer windows. Jack, is it just another one of these tabloids? It's going, yeah, we're going to put Liverpool's name to it, or do you think? I already know your answer, but do you think that Liverpool could be in the race?
Yeah, as I said, Rabiot's been getting banded around every club in Europe since I've been on YouTube for the last 7-8 years, mate. It's literally the same old names. I'm waiting for that Fekir story to come out of absolutely nowhere 1 week before the season starts. It's literally smacks beggars belief, really, in terms of just how farcical it is, really. Because you look at the age profile of Rabiot, like before I come on my show this evening, I didn't know he was that old. Like, I had to check. I was like, what, 29? Why are we even getting linked with him? It's literally off the back of signing Ryan Gravenberch, who's what, 20, 21, 22, whatever it is. Like, it just does not make any sense. We come off the back of losing Thiago Alcantara, whose legs were made out of Weetabix, and then we're expecting to go and get a close to touching 30-year-old who will be on massive wages coming from Juventus. Obviously, they were paying Ramsey, the Welsh centre midfielder a couple of years ago, like close to 300 million. Like something, like it just makes no sense, mate.
It's like 300 grand a week.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Rabiot just goes to like somewhere like Napoli or another lower town team in terms of
Barcelona or free.
Yeah, well, the Barca will snap up anyone if they're available. Like, they're in a mess. But yeah, it just makes no sense, mate. 29 years old. Fair enough if it was Rabiot when he was, 21? You've got a lot more development in the legs of him. But yeah, it's just not for me, really. Just technically as well, he just wouldn't fit an Arne Slot system.
It baffles me a little bit. And like you said, but there, we've got, like, if Liverpool are going to play in a double pivot, he's not going to be playing as the 6, and he's not going to be playing as the other side to it. Again, we've got Alexis McAllister, you've got a Curtis Jones who can play that role, you've got a Ryan Gravenberch as well, like you mentioned. There's so much quality already on that side of the pitch where, again, you just look at it and you go, we don't need him, so why are we being linked with him? And I've seen a couple of people saying they would take Rabiot at Liverpool. I'm like again, people were saying this back 5-6 years ago, like when we were trying to build, the Liverpool team that challenged for Premier League titles and so on. People were saying they would want him. Looking at what Rabiot's done, it's not great.
And who was the best player in that tenure where we signed? It was Gini Wijnaldum from Newcastle. Look how integral he was to that Liverpool system. Or like, he was probably the most unsung hero in that team. Like the number 6. Well, he was a left attacker mid or left mid for Newcastle, and then we converted him into a defensive midfielder, a deep line player. And obviously his importance in the squad, and obviously getting Fabinho as well. It's I'm excited, mate, because obviously we all hope and we can get 6. I can get where people are concerned in terms of FSG's track record in certain areas. But this is a new management team. There's no way Arne Slot comes in and puts his plans in front of FSG, his demands, really. He doesn't come to Liverpool if he's not got some assurances that he's going to be bringing in 1 or 2 or even 3 of his main targets. He'll have his vision. Arne Slot's not going to be sitting on his hands, like, content with what he's got. He knows he's coming in off the back of one of Liverpool's most successful managers in the Premier League era. Well, he is in the Premier League era. He knows he needs to hit the ground running, but we will give him time. The proper Liverpool fans out there that understand the circumstances, mate. But it's just one of them, chat. It's a crazy, silly season. I can't wait for the new player that we're linked with next week. It'll be someone like...
Well, before I even again, I said it to you just before we came on here. Again, Kubo's been linked now. Again,
he was linked with us like 2 years ago. Like,
load of crap. Before anybody again says anything, like I've just been checking their social media because people have been going on about it. And again, the article that came out was rubbish. Supposedly Liverpool were prepared to pay 60 million euros with 12 million add-ons. And again, load of rubbish, as per usual. Anyway, but Jack laced them up as well, says Gary. Kone is a better 6. To be fair, like, again, you look at, 12 months ago when we were getting linked with
that Kone story
and Kefran Turam. Kefran Turam's now gone to, Juve for 20 million euros, which, again, is pretty much, cheap as hell. Manu Kone hasn't really progressed at all in 12 months. And it just goes to show that, again, everyone, like, again, me included in that, like, again, I really like Kefran Turam. I still like Kefran Turam. But, again, there was no competition to sign him. And when those type of players, you ask why.
Yeah, that's a big question, as you said there, Con. Why? Like, the data lads, there's people out there on YouTube that do scouting as their job in terms of football or sports or whatnot. Obviously, there's so much that goes into in terms of not just signing a player. You find out the backstory as well, their like upbringing as well. I think that's one ethos that Jurgen Klopp is very like he's probably instilled at the club in terms of the no nonsense, like in terms of like the attitude from certain players as well that we bring in. It's more about obviously fundamentally, firstly, the quality of the players, but in terms of their attitude and wanting to learn, wanting to develop and come into the system and hopefully achieve a very glorious career with Liverpool. That's the most important thing, mate. But as I said, it just goes points when we were doing our shows on Code and Forum, or like last year or the year before, just goes to show it's just about putting Liverpool's name in the hat, and that's what the agents are there to do. It's stirred up supposed interest, when in reality it's probably one or two teams going in for them.
I do think we would have signed Manu Kone last year if he didn't get his knee injury. I really do think that, because there was loads of like interesting stuff that come out, I think like a couple of weeks after the transfer window closed, and it was like, I can understand why Liverpool were going to go for him. I think, what was he, 20 million euros at the time, which again, he's probably a lot less now as well anyway. But Doug saying Adrian Rabiot plays rubbish for his club football, but he plays amazing national side. How can you explain that? One hat reminds me of Kocha, who is amazing for Mexico national. Again, I don't even think he plays club football. He just plays for the Mexican national team.
Yeah. I think he played for Salernitana. I think he might have moved somewhere anyway.
He moved to a La Liga team, didn't he? And it didn't work out. I can't remember which team it was, but he moved in the La Liga and it didn't work out. But then he played for Mexico, and you'd think, wow, what an amazing goalkeeper he is. But guys saying Endo is good, but Liverpool should sign Edison as well. Of course, yeah, we spoke about it last night on the channel. Again, there's plenty of DMs out there. It's just finding the one. For Liverpool, like what we did with Fabinho, and again, it's not the sixth position. Again, Liverpool can't make the same mistake of signing an Endo. Again, not the quality of the player, but you can't be signing a stopgap or signing a player who, it's going to be 50-50 on. You need to sign a world-class six for Liverpool, because you look at Arsenal, you look at City, you look at Madrid, you look at Barca. Again, these teams have a world-class six. Liverpool at the minute don't have that. And without that, you can't compete at the top level or win trophies, for example.
Yeah, it's a missing piece of Liverpool's jigsaw, really. I think when you look and analyse Liverpool's best years under Jurgen Klopp, it was a strong spine. Alisson, Virgil, obviously Fabinho, Bobby through the middle, and then the other two lads on the wing as well. And they caveated that with the work rate of Hendo and the work rate of Ginny as well. So, yeah, fundamentally, I think it's going to be pivotal. Obviously, we need to get the best years, the last couple of years, out of Virgil and obviously Scala as well.
Hang on, we've just had confirmation that Liverpool are definitely not signing Adrian Rabiot. Lewis, hang on, let me quickly get this up. So Lewis Steele's just tweeted.
Surprise. We've been saying this for the last 20 minutes.
But, sorry, I was checking Twitter because people going off on it, but I thought then Lewis Steele said that Liverpool had signed or were going to sign Rabiot. But as you can see, clearly see, but anyway, Liverpool not interested in signing free agent Adrian Rabiot. Quite a lot of reports saying he is set to choose Manchester United over them. Liverpool were never in for the 29-year-old. So again, like what everyone else has said,
water's wet. Shout out to Lewis, good journal as well. But yeah, one of them. But you'll have, I swear, if he goes Man United, you'll have Man United fans going, "Oh, we beat you to Rabiot." Sounds. You can have him, mate.
To be fair, though, nobody's
Marouane Fellaini for you as
well. But nobody's mentioned today about them going after Onana from Everton. Like, nobody. Who? Like, I don't know why. United. You know which Onana I'm going on about, right?
Oh, Nana. Go on. Yeah, the lad that went to Villa. Well, there's no way Onana, I swear, if Onana chose Man United over Champions League Aston Villa, then I would have had some choice words with his agent anyway. Because he just retire. Like,
he's down the street corner of Bootle, just like
modern day agents. Wouldn't surprise me anyway, but depends how much you want to throw at the player anyway in terms of wages. But just don't we start on Luke Shaw as well. He was a phenomenal player at Southampton, and then you literally give him 250 grand. to Luke Shaw and just wrecked his career.
I've never understood the appeal with Luke Shaw.
No, when he come through at Southampton's academy, he was destined for the promised land in terms of he had all the attributes coming through, but just wasted career at United.
Carl says, can't believe we are going into a third week count down next week till the new season. Yeah, it's kind of thick and fast. And you think about it, again, such a quick turnover from, again, the Euros, the Copa America, again, the season coming back as well. I think, what is it, probably in less than, 2 months? Again, you get the Champions League will be back.
I'm looking forward to that. I know, obviously, it's a glorified Super League, the Champions League now, and I don't get why no one kicked off about the Champions League new rulings as well. But big games, Champions League, it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Connor, I hope you're doing live watch-alongs on every single night of them, lads.
Maybe not. I don't know. We might do. I know you will be, of course. Anyway, but look, this season's going to be even more chaotic than any other season. Again, I think we got 4 home games and 4 away games in the Champions League new format. Which, again,
Arsenal need to win the league. Sorry, Con. Like Arsenal literally need to win the league this season, or Arteta gets sacked.
Does he?
He's been here how long now? 7-8 years, and he's only won.
He's not been there. Arteta's not been there 8 years.
No, he has.
He's not been there 8 years. He hasn't been there 8 years, has he?
That's how long's Arteta been in Arsenal?
I swear he's been there since 2020. I don't think or 2019. I don't think he's been there that long. That's how. Is it my memory that's just?
I don't know if he's one of the longest serving managers in the Prem at the minute.
He might be because everyone's left.
Apart from Pep as well. Obviously, Pep's the it's been since nice one, Callum. Callum said 17 and 18.
Has he actually?
Yeah, I'm telling you, and he spent a lot of money, Arteta, as well.
Like Arsenal have spent like an absolute ton.
I'd spent 100 million on Declan Rice. Let's not forget that. But he's a very talented player. I would have loved him at Liverpool, but it's one of them. Like the thing is, yes, the excuses will come out next season if
we're in pot 1.
Pot 1, come on, The thing is, you can get another pot 1 team, can't you? Which is crazy. I think you can even play your own nation's team. Like you can get a City, or probably would be City in our pot 1 as well. So.
Yeah, no one else will get City and Arsenal.
City and Real Madrid.
Freaking hell. The City one I'm not scared of. The Madrid one.
Arne Slot's Reds will knock out Real Madrid. Mbappe up top.
Jesus Christ, that Madrid team. Like, to be fair, if Madrid don't win the Champions League, Ancelotti deserves to get sacked.
Well, Real Madrid have been here before with the Galactico era. Like they had R9 and Figo and everyone, Roberto Carlos, Cannavaro. They done nothing. Did you win the Champions League? Don't think they did with all those players, did they?
No.
In terms of that era?
Well, yeah, R9's never won the Champions League, which is mad.
That's criminal, really.
Like you think about it, the best, arguably the best Brazilian player of all time. Obviously, I know people will say Pele, but R9 didn't win a Champions League. Like
obviously, he won the World Cup, didn't he? So.
Yeah, he won the World Cup. He got to 2 World Cup finals. Obviously, won one, but didn't win the Champions League.
That's mad, isn't it? Nice.
But you look at it again.
And those got more Champions Leagues than R9. Wait, what? Go on, Endo, get an R9 haircut.
No. No. Chelsea reportedly won. Luna, yeah, I saw that. Again, Chelsea are a joke. Again, we might do a Premier League show as well, talking about everyone as well, because again, Chelsea at the minute, like the fact that they are still paying 200k a week for Graham Potter's salary is.
Oh, he's buzzing. He's probably sat at home delivering Uber Eats and everything, lads.
Yeah, do you know? Yeah, but you know how much he's earned, like since they've sacked him.
Like something.
Oh, I don't think it's that much. I think it's about like 13.5 mil. but still, imagine like doing nothing and getting 13.5 million pounds.
Remember when Newcastle sacked Alan Pardew and he would they were paying him off for like 20 years, it felt like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Mike Ashley was sat there, like he's still paying him. Yes, we are.
Like Dejan Lovren better than Arnold. Jesus Christ.
Oh wow.
The world's best defender. Remember that?
Eddie's got more Champions Leagues than R9 at me.
He's definitely got more Champions League final goals than R9, I think. So, we take those.
But that semi-final game against was it Man United? Like where he absolutely destroyed Man United at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I don't think it was the semi-final. Was it a
quarter or something? Like what a game that was. That's ridiculous.
I started a new podcast on Spotify. I'll get you on anything. Oh, there we go. Doug put a link in for that, and everyone go and check that out. He's got more prems than Messi. Yeah, that's true. To be fair, did Lovren did he win the Turkish league? Was he even in the Turkish league?
I don't even know where is Lovren now.
Lyon. Is he? I think he's in Lyon. I'm not sure though. Anyway, but we'll move on and we'll get on to the last topic then for tonight. Obviously, Trent. Again, the rumours are out there. Again, I don't know how Fabrizio Romano got this one, to be fair. But Jude Bellingham speaks highly of, I'm guessing to Real Madrid, of Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he did also say that Real Madrid are waiting to see what happens between Trent and Liverpool. Real Madrid like him, would like to sign him. The players that have a year or signed that monitor with the players with a year left on their contract. Again, obviously they've done this over the years, and obviously this is what they wanted to do with Lenny Euro as well. For me, Jack, again, I've seen people scared, frightened of losing Trent Alexander-Arnold. For me, at the minute, I'm relaxed about it. I don't know whether or not if you're in the same category with that. I am. I think he'll stay. Yeah. I think, like we said it with James Pearce. Again, the priority should be Trent, and I think everyone would agree with that in terms of the three that's going to hopefully be staying. Again, Virgil, Mo, and obviously Trent. But for me, again, you've got to get Trent done ASAP. Out of the three of them,
they are the three best players in their position in world football. I'm not asked, pardon my French, but they are like Arne Slot, Virgil van Dijk, top of his game, best centre half in world football. Salah speaks for himself. Trent, best attacking fullback in world football by a country mile. But in terms of, I've got some quotes here that I've done on my show a couple of nights ago, Aircon. This is Trent's own words over the last couple of years since he's been at Liverpool. The only differential thing is obviously the changing of manager. Obviously, Jurgen brought him through from a youngster, and he's like every Liverpool fan. For what Jurgen done for the club, he'll be disappointed, he'll be sad, but I think he'll be more excited now with the new manager coming in and a lot more responsibility on Trent's shoulders now. He's got no guidance from Jurgen, so I'm pretty sure that's what Jurgen would have said. Back on, help this new manager coming in and do your football club and do your city proud as well. But some of the quotes, if you listen to this or watch it on the repeat, do let us know, like, does this sound like a player that would want to move? I get, as I said, the change in the manager might slightly, but listen to these. This is Trent's own words over the last couple of years in terms of coming into the setup with Liverpool. I feel I've been very lucky. When you are grown up, you have dreams of being a footballer, perhaps even playing for the club you support, and I am living the dream. Second quote, the dream is to captain Liverpool. There will be goals to achieve along the way, but until I captain Liverpool, I will not be satisfied. That's quote 2. Obviously, he's captain Liverpool, but he's not properly captained and being the main captain of the club. I'm just a lad playing for Liverpool, trying to achieve his dream. So to see a lad with my name on his shirt when I grew up having the names of other players on my shirt, it means a lot. So I don't know, you, Con, or anyone listening or watching tonight or tomorrow or whatnot. For me, that doesn't strike me as a player. As much as Jude wants to get his best mate to Liverpool, to Real Madrid, thing is, Jude grew up a Birmingham City fan, I'm guessing. He did. So there's a difference. If Birmingham City were winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues, I think Jude would have not had his shirt retired at the football club. He'd have aspirations and wanting to. Apologies if he's probably a Villa fan or whatnot or whatever he was growing up, but yeah, it's different. It's very different. Like Gerrard, it took his family, it took Gerrard to really deep it and analyse what he was doing and said, what am I doing? 24 hours later, when he was close to joining Chelsea, signed a new deal, and the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah, no, I think, look, I think James Pierce said, I think, again, if people are going to sign, it's going to get done in the first bit of the season. It's not going to get dragged out. I think the Trent situation for me is, again, it's simple. Again, like you said, and like he's quoted before, he wants to become Liverpool captain. That will happen in a few seasons' time. If not in recent times as well, it'll happen because of Virgil van Dijk and what happens there. But for me, like, again, you get, like, we saw it with Emre Can when everyone knew he wanted to go in the end, because again, he wanted that in his mind, the next step up in terms of, again, a Juventus move and so on. And it's like you said, Trent's main focus has been Liverpool from now until he was, since he's been a kid. And I don't see that changing.
His dream would be winning the Premier League
as
captain and doing what Gerrard couldn't.
Yeah.
That in itself, he will be regarded in folklore. He already is for being one of our best players, but for him personally, like all of us, if we were any good at football and we had aspirations, we'd love to win the league, especially with the crowd as well. I think that would have been a bit more of a, obviously when we won the league a couple of years ago, like it wasn't properly winning the league, and we know obviously the circumstances why, but winning the league with crowds, like that will be special. And if Trent can be that man to be at the forefront of that, then that for me is already a reason to why he needs to stay at Liverpool. I think he will stay at Liverpool.
Well, the examples just to go off again, you saw the scenes during COVID, outside Anfield. You saw when we won or when we lost the Champions League final. Me and you, we were both there, like the day after at the parade. Like that was special. You could feel it was special, even though we'd lost the night before. It was what the season had happened. So imagine when Liverpool finally win the Premier League under Trent. Like imagine that feeling. And again, Liverpool might do it next season. Again, we may end up signing, this, that, and the other. Liverpool then push on, and we get over the line. You never know what could happen. And I think Trent would want to be part of that, rather than being, again, one of these players that Real Madrid. Again, they appreciate them, of course, and we speak about the Galactico era, but Trent for me would be a more of an icon staying at Liverpool than he would going to Real Madrid. And I don't know whether
many a player have turned down Real Madrid, lads. Like Reddy tried to get Rossi as well. Totti even tried to sign him. Gerrard, they tried to sign. Del Piero, the legends of the games. And obviously sometimes you do get one club men like those same players we mentioned. And but I think it's going to be one of them, mate. I think the day when Liverpool calls upon Trent to be the main man, the man to lead this team to glory, he'll very much step up to the mantle. And I think his performance will even get better. Like, obviously, last couple of years, he's been experimented in the inverted role or whatnot. But for me, he's the best attacking fullback in world football. Get him going down the byline, get Liverpool, get a six sorted, get another centre half that can cover that space, and another midfielder, then we'll have him, mate. You got Trent and Robbo bombing on the wings, crossing in deliveries and doing what he do best.
100%. And again, I said this to you as well. I don't care what anyone says. If England play him in that final, they win the Euros. Simple as
100%. Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Spain would have been petrified. They would have sang 20 spaces like back. Every top team does it. 100%.
100%. But again, under a new manager, again, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Slot has in mind for Trent. Because again, it's not it's not a guessing game for him. I think he mentioned in this press conference he has an idea already of where he wants to play Trent. And I think it will be right back. No, I think it will be right back, but it'll be in this hybrid system that, as again, people like we've known it for the last couple of seasons, but I think it's an evolution of what we've already seen at Liverpool. It's not the same old stuff. It's going to be maybe even better under Slot compared to where it was under Jurgen.
Yeah, he's one of the best deliveries in the whole of Europe in terms of him and Kevin De Bruyne. They're so good at getting to those tight spaces and actually delivering the final ball. I think we will see I was going to say there, Trent even playing in a right wing position, literally, like in and around the penalty, like judging from the height. I know it's only behind closed doors, but the fullbacks were absolutely literally playing, our fullbacks, the youngsters as well, they were playing as wingers. Yeah. Like, that is mad to say. Obviously, we might get counter-attacked a couple of times this season, but we're committing bodies. And if you got Trent, you got Robbo literally pinned on the edge of the penalty area. Hence, when we won the league and when we were successful under Jurgen Klopp, and one of the most, the most feared club in European football at the time as well.
Yeah.
It's, get the best out of him. Like, yeah, I'd love it. Absolutely love it.
But before we do shoot off, anyway, out of the three, do you think all three re-sign, in your opinion?
Yeah. Like, and as much as we'd like the money to come in, mate, I think fundamentally we can achieve, like, for me, whatever money we did receive, I think every Liverpool fan out there, like, we'd much rather see us win a league or a Champions League. If you can guarantee us winning a Champions League or a Premier League in the space of 3 years, I think we'd all snap your hands off, because that's still for me, especially in Arne Slot's era. I think fundamentally, as a coach coming in, head coach, I think
when Pep goes, it's an open ground. It's an open playing field.
Yeah, I think Arteta will go to City eventually when Pep goes. I think.
Do you think he leaves? You think he goes City?
Yeah. I think it's either going to be company, which will be a bit of a mad one, but you never know how good or bad he's going to do at Bayern. Could be just one of them. Pep basically got him the job. Company, he just recommended him the Bayern board, and but I think especially if Arsenal don't achieve what he wants, I think Pep will say, give him a little word and say, right, you can take over the reins at City if he wants.
I agree with this. To be fair, from Calm, I think Mo doesn't. The other two do. I at the minute, my mind says this as well. I think Liverpool, like Trent and Van Dijk, they get signed. I think the Mo one, it might go a bit deeper into the season, because they might look at it. They may go, because Mo over the last 7-8 years has been unbelievable for Liverpool.
Have you seen him in pre-season already?
He looks unbelievable, but there was a start of decline the second half of the season, and there was.
Would you judge that with just poor tactics from Jurgen, though, mate?
No, I think that's just fatigue, because look how badly he was brought back. He was brought back from AFCON, was rushed back, and never really gained fitness again. Never had time off to gain fitness back.
I'd caveat that, though, with, obviously, Salah's carried this team, mate, for the last
of course,
the last 6-7 years.
He deserves a contract, but it's like, for me, that's the only reason why I think Liverpool wouldn't just automatically offer him a new deal, is because they're waiting to see, is the second half of last season the start of the decline.
We've got the best data lads in European football. It just depends what the lads upstairs want to do, and obviously Arne Slot. Like, if the data lads have identified, it was a couple of years ago, hence why Jurgen fell out with a large majority of the, obviously, senior management at Liverpool going, they all said, don't give Hendo a contract. Silly me was like, oh, let's give, and I'll put my hands up. Like, at the time, I was like, oh, Hendo, surely can't. Yeah, I was like, surely he can't be that bad if you give him a contract. And then 6 months later, Hendo's form went out the window, a bit like with Fabinho as well. But the thing is, the data lads can see this coming 2 years down the line, and it's up to them. That's why they get paid the big money.
they automatically saw it, didn't they? They knew Liverpool had to go and sign midfielders, and we didn't do that, and we paid the price in that season that we didn't either anyway. But we're going to leave it there anyway for tonight, guys. Big thank you to everyone for tuning in as well, for liking and commenting as well. Big thank you to Jack as well for coming on.
Oh, good lad.
Jack, you have a big video tomorrow. Do you want to share to people?
Yeah, no, it's a big show. Connor will be joining us for an hour. We'll be live at 6 p.m. on Anfield Road TV. Massive thank you to Callum and everyone in the comments as well on Connor's stream. Big up. Make sure you are liking Connor's stream and dropping a like. If you are watching on the repeat, do get involved in the comment section below on the Cap Council as well. Connor will always get back to you on that. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good weekend. Massive thank you for having me on, mate. And yeah, I'm excited for the new season, mate. It's going to be a very long season, but hopefully Liverpool, once we get into August, do get that 6 sorted. But yeah, mainly analysing some of the 6s on the market. Obviously, I've got your 3 recommendations, my 3 recommendations, obviously Kev's, but most importantly, everyone getting involved tomorrow with their top 3 targets for the number 6 position. Should be good.
Yeah, no, 100%. So guys, go and check that out at 6 tomorrow as well on Anfield Road TV as well. Well, the last question then, Doug, saying, are you both going to the Sofia game? Yes. Yes, we will both be going as well. So hopefully we'll see you there. And if anyone else is there as well, make sure you come and say hi anyway. But yeah, tomorrow, if there is any news, we'll be live. But if not, there might be a different type of video. So make sure you got the notification bells ready. What's what?
New type of show. What?
We may do something new. Anyway, that's
You're gonna wear an Everton kit tomorrow. No comment.
Yeah, you very much got no comment. That's definitely not talk about an image with a cap, Macendo.
That's Photoshop, by the way, as well. AI's getting out of control.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, chat, but hopefully have a good rest of your night anyway. And if we don't do a video, have a good rest of your weekend anyway. But I've been Connor from the Cop Council. See you guys later. Ta-ra.